You might have heard this popular definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I don't find that this is as much of a problem as the opposite of this. Not continuing to do the things over and over that get you results. We're not going to be scared to lean into the repetition of the things that are important, of the things that make significant impact on our goals and our well-being and our fulfillment. In a world of overcomplication, novelty, and inconsistency, we're not going to be scared to lean into the simplicity and to the repetition. This is why the consistency and accountability membership is so important. It makes it so much harder for you to fall off track because it's forcing you to lean into the repetition, to the repetition of the fundamentals. Sure, we talk about some new topics and maybe apply the fundamentals in different ways, but it all comes back to simplicity and repetition. So let's go back to the basics, to the very first thing we talked about in RSF Women, your why. This week, we're going to revisit your why, your purpose and priorities. Now, I've found that my purpose hasn't really changed much over the years. That's what I've tended to see with most of my clients as well, that the purpose doesn't tend to shift much. But with that being said, it's fine if you feel like you want to adjust your purpose. But just take a minute now, and I just want you to ask yourself again, what is my purpose in life? And does that purpose that you developed in the beginning still fit? And now the next important question. How do you feel you're doing living that purpose? Do you feel like you're living more aligned with that purpose than you were before you started RSF Women? And don't be scared of either answer. If the answer is yes, that's awesome. That's the ultimate goal. But if the answer is no, that just tells us that we need an adjustment. What's one thing you can focus on or adjust that will get you closer to living in alignment with your purpose? Now let's shift to your priorities in life, specifically those top 3. For me, mine are my personal health and happiness, my family, and my career, in that order. So I want you to ask yourself this question. How are you doing maintaining your top 3 priorities in the right order? And think about what improvements you've made to this in starting RSF Women. It's really important to recognize the progress you've made. We don't need perfection. We want progress. So let's use these next questions to guide our continued improvement and our focus this week. So ask yourself this question. What is one thing that I should be prioritizing more that I'm not? It's one thing I should be prioritizing more that I'm not right now. If you have paper, great, write it down. If you don't have paper, if you're driving, if you're on a walk, don't worry about it. Just do this stuff in your head. Done is better than perfect. Think about it now. You don't need to wait until the perfect time when you can really focus. So now ask yourself, what's one thing I should be deprioritizing more that I'm not? It's one thing that I should be deprioritizing more that I'm not. So I've asked you to think about a few questions so far in this video that surround your purpose and priorities. Maybe you already know what I'm going to say next, but let's just pick one. Let's pick one thing that you've identified from thinking about these questions to focus on improving. Maybe you realize that you want to get a date night on the calendar to better prioritize your relationship. Or maybe you want to make an adjustment to your phone use. Or maybe you want to work on your confidence in that scary decision you made to live in more alignment with your purpose and priorities. Just choose one thing that you thought about through answering these questions from this video. What's the most important thing for you to work on right now? Now I want you to identify one action step, just one action step you can take that will help you make that improvement. Maybe you'll charge your phone in another room at night so it's not within reach. Maybe you'll call the babysitter today. Maybe you'll spend 10 minutes journaling about all the exciting possibilities from that big, scary decision you made. It's something concrete and actionable. Remember, progress, not perfection. Next time, we're going to put some more attention on revisiting that vision of self-image.